Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT grammar questions out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. This book contains 10 real SATs. We have been working, as I said, on the grammar questions out of this book. We have already finished working on the grammar questions from the first 9 exams. Today we'll begin the very last one. The problems that we are about to do are the ones that you will find on page number 954. Please turn to it. Page 954, and today is our lesson number 46. Let's take a look at it. These are a series of 11 questions, as I always remind you when we get to this section. These are a series of 11 questions arranged in the order of difficulty on a scale of 1 through 11. The first 3 or 4 that you see on the first page, on page number 954, those are easy questions. As you turn the page, in the first column you will see the medium ones, and in the second column on page number 955 will be the hard ones. Let's get going. So these are first 4, they are very simple, very straightforward. The very first problem is already on the blackboard. Let's take a look at it. It says, although several groups strongly oppose the new hiring policies of the City Council, the other groups being enthusiastic in their support of the new rule. The other groups being enthusiastic in their support of the new rules is what it says. Let's see what we can do there. Keep the answers covered. Your answers should be covered with your one hand. You should have a pencil ready in the other hand. As I always remind you, do not look at the answer choices until we have fixed the sentence ourselves. You must know what it is that you're looking for before you start looking for it. A very simple concept. One does not go around looking for something unless one knows bloody well what it is that one is looking for. Do you understand? So let's keep the answers covered. Let's see what we can do here. We'll fix the sentence ourselves and then we'll look at the answers. Although several groups strongly oppose the new hiring policies of the City Council, other groups being enthusiastic, other groups not being enthusiastic, other group were enthusiastic in their support of the new rules. That's it, we are done. That's all there is. Now we're going to lift our hand now. The idea is not, we are not hoping that what we just did here is exactly the same thing that you will find in the right answer. That is not the point. The point is what we have done here. Now we have fixed a sentence. It will allow us to recognize the right answer when we get to it. But it may not be phrased, it may not be worded in the exact same way as you see here on the blackboard. That's all right. It helps us find the right answer. Do you understand? Let's look at the answer choices. Obviously there is no point in looking at A. A simply repeats what was stated in the sentence. Let's look at B. B says other groups were enthusiastic and supportive. Other groups were enthusiastic and supportive of the new rules. That seems all right to me. That seems okay to me. Let's keep going. Let's see what the other answer choices. B is a possible candidate. C says other groups enthusiastically supported the new rule. Well, let's see. Although several groups strongly oppose the new hiring policy of the City Councils, other groups enthusiastically supported the new rules. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Now that we'll compare the B and the C, I think B is out because B, even though it was okay, now that we have the choice of C, we can clearly see that B is a bit verbose. It's a bit wordy. Answer choice is C so far. D goes on to say enthusiastically supporting. That's not it. And C says are enthusiastic supportive. Oh, that's not it. The answer is C. The answer is C. Our job is to pick the best answer among the 5, even though B did the job. But between the B and the C, the better one actually is C. B, as we said, it was a bit too verbose. Let's go on to the next one then. What does verbose mean? Verbose means to be a bit wordy, as we just said. Verbose means to use too many words, too many unnecessary words. It's too wordy, verbose. We learned this word in our vocabulary lessons a long time ago on day number 16. Vocab day 16. If you're interested in improving your vocabulary, you can go to my channel and look for the vocabulary videos that will help you get a better score in the reading part of the exam. Just type in SAT vocabulary words, day 16, and it will pop right up. We'll learn the word verbose, which we already know. It's a very simple word for a lot of people, but it is the noun of the word that I wanted to learn, that we wanted to learn, which is why I covered the word. The noun of verbose, if one is being verbose, one is said to be, if one is being verbose, one is said to have, verbosity. Can you understand? Verbose, the noun is verbosity, which is why we wanted to cover the word, to learn the noun. Number 2, the problem of water pollution. The problem of water pollution frequently compounded in certain areas, so on and so forth. It goes on, and then it goes on to give us the reason: because the treatment and release of the industrial waste are not adequately regulated. All of that part that I just read, the end part is the boring bit. We're not interested in it. We're not interested in why the problem is compounded. We are just interested in making sure that the underlying portion that we have there is grammatically correct. Let's see what we can do there. It says, the problem of water pollution frequently compounded in certain area. Do you see a problem here? If this had been the end of the sentence, let's pretend that this is the end of the sentence. What do you see? Do you see a problem here? It says, problem of water pollution frequently compounded. We don't have any verb here. The problem of water pollution is frequently compounded in certain areas because of something. Now we have a sentence. The problem of water pollution is frequently compounded in certain areas because of something. We need a verb. The verb is missing. The verb was missing there, and that is it. All we have to do here, the underlined portion began from here, from the word pollution, all the way to frequently compounded in certain areas, because all of this was underlined. All of that will stay the same. All we have to do is insert the word is in there. So let's lift our hand now. We're going to look at one answer choice which is worded in the same way as the underlined part, except it has the word is in there. It has the verb that we're looking for. Let's get going. B says, and of course as soon as we do that, this comma that we had there would have to disappear. This comma would have to go away. The problem of water pollution is frequently compounded. So anything that has a comma in it, that's not the right answer. And B has a comma after the word pollution. B has a comma right after the word pollution, that's no good. C has a comma after the word pollution. I see a comma here, I see a comma here after the pollution. That's no good. We got rid of this comma, has to go. D says the problem of water pollution is frequently compounded in certain area where, oh very good, where, certain areas where the treatment and release of the industrial waste are not adequately related. It's actually better than what we have. The problem of water pollution is frequently compounded in certain area. It says where instead of because, so they replace this word from because to where it is not properly regulated. Answer is D. E goes on to say the pollution is frequently compounded in certain area, and we don't need the word and. Where is better. We had the word because, which would have been fine too, but where is even better. The answer is E. The answer is D. The answer is D. The problem is compounded in certain areas where it is not properly regulated. They are right. It should be where, not because. They are correct. Number 3. Having been a victim of malicious rumors, having been a victim of malicious rumors, having been a victim of malicious rumors, now it doesn't matter how the sentence ends, it makes absolutely no difference what the sentence is going to go on saying. The point here is that this expression that we just read, having been a victim of malicious rumors, is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Having been a victim of malicious rumor, I am very sensitive to anyone starting any rumors about anything. That was a not good sentence, but you get the idea. Having been a victim of malicious rumors is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't matter what the sentence goes on to say. Helen purposely avoided gossips. Helen purposely avoided gossip because she has been a victim of rumors. Having been a victim of malicious rumors, I make a point of never taking part in any rumors, that is. Do you understand? I make a point of never starting a rumors against anybody, because I have myself been a victim of malicious rumor. Do you understand? Having been a victim of malicious rumors, she purposely avoided gossips. It's fine. The answer is E. Answer is A rather. Answer is A because it doesn't need any fixing. It is fine the way it is. Last one. In many states, with a comma here, in many states, they have laws to allow students to vote wherever they choose. That's it. As far as we're concerned, this is the end of the sentence. It goes on to say either at their homes or at their college residence. We are not interested in that part. That's the boring bits. Let's see what we can do here. What was the underlined portion? The underlined portion begins with they have laws to allow students to vote wherever they choose. Let's see what we can do. Instead of saying they have laws, which is very childish, which is very awkward, it's a very infantile way of writing things. In many states, they have laws to allow students to vote. Instead of saying it that way, let's put it this way. In many states, the laws, how about that? The laws allow, there you go, that's it, we're done. In many states, the laws allow students to vote wherever they choose, instead of saying they have laws. In many states, the laws allow, but then we will not need a comma. In many states, the laws allow students to vote wherever they choose. Well, there you go. That's what we're looking for. Let's lift our hand and see which one comes closest to it. In many states, the laws allow students to vote wherever they choose. They have laws. B says they have laws. No, that's not good. C goes on to say their law. We're not looking for their law. We're looking for this thing. In many states, the laws allow the students to vote wherever they choose. D goes on to say the laws allow students to vote. There you go. By golly, bingo. That's it. Answer is D. E goes on to say the laws allow students to vote in place where. That's not it. In many states, they have laws that allow students. They have laws. Rather, in many states, the laws allow students. I slipped myself just now, didn't I? In many states, the laws allow students to vote wherever they choose. Very succinct, to the point. It's not verbose at all. As I said, it's very succinct and it's very clear. The laws allow students to vote wherever they choose. And that was answer choice D. That was the end of that page. I will see you tomorrow where we'll do the remaining of the 11 questions on the following page. And then after that we'll have 3 more days to go before we finish with the grammar questions, the project that we started a long time ago from exam number 1. Okay, I'll see you then.